Good morning, everyone. Today we deal with the communication systems part 2 notes. So here we go. Today what we are going to see is that what is the basic technology, in fact, what are the basic technology and terms used in the communication systems. So I made framed some questions based on that. Now, the first question goes like this. What is a signal? What is a signal? So here we go. So the answer is like this. Information, information converted, converted into electrical form, into electrical form, electrical form, and suitable for and suitable for transmission, suitable for transmission is called signal, is called signal. So this is the definition of signal. And now let's go ahead to see the next question. Question number 2. What are how many types of signals are there? Or what are the types of signals? How many types of signals are there? So like this, a question can be asked. So the answer goes like this. So signals are of two types. Signals are of two types. Analog and digital signals. Digital signals. Signals are of two types. They are analog and digital. So that's the answer you can have. So next question number 3. Now, is what is an analog signal and what is a digital signal? Digital signal. So what is an analog and what is a digital signal? We'll answer this. The answer would be like analog signals analog are continuous variations of are continuous variations of voltage and or current, or continuous variations of voltage or current. Digital signals are those digital signals are those digital signals are those which can take only which can take which can take only discrete stepwise values which can take only discrete stepwise values. So this is the answers. The next one is question number 4. Question number 4. What is a transducer? What is a transducer? So that's the question number 4. Any device or arrangement, that converts one form of energy into another is called a transducer. Is called a transducer. Okay. So, for example, we have some examples. A microphone converts speech signals into electrical signals. This is what a microphone does. Now, another example we'll see, and that can be made as a question. What is a piezoelectric device? What is a piezoelectric device? The answer is a piezoelectric device It's like a quartz crystal which is cut in a particular direction. So once you apply a force on, there are two axes. One thing is called mechanical axis, another one is called electrical axis. So once you apply some force on the mechanical axis, you will get some electricity on the electrical axis. This is what is called a piezo crystal. So a piezoelectric device, or it can be said as a piezo sensor. So this is a technology. Converts pressure converts pressure variations into electrical signals. Pressure variations into electrical signals. Next one. See the next question. What is a photodetector? What is a photodetector? What is a photodetector? Now the answer goes like this. A photodetector, a photodetector, a photodetector converts light signals into electrical signals. So that's what it does. So these are some questions, and then next we'll go to the next one. You can pause the video and then you can write the answers. So the next one, let's go. Let's move on to the other question. So question number 7. What is an electrical transducer? What is an electrical transducer? So right, give the answer. Now, an electrical transducer, an electrical transducer, an electrical transducer may be defined as a device that converts some physical variable some physical variable pressure. It can be like pressure, displacement, force, etc. Can be anything, into the corresponding variations in the electrical signal in the electrical signal in its output. So one can define what is an electrical transducer. An electrical transducer may be defined as a device that converts some physical variable. Like if you apply pressure, the pressure corresponding, it will convert into corresponding variations in the electrical signal. It will give the corresponding variations in the electrical signal. Because of the variation in the pressure, it can give the electrical signal. So I told you the piezoelectric crystal is one of such kind. Okay. Now, the next question is define noise. Define noise. How would you define noise? Like that, a question can arise. It refers to the, it means noise, refers to the, refers to the unwanted signals, unwanted signals, unwanted signals that tend to, that tend to disrupt, that tend to disrupt the transmission, the transmission and processing of, and processing of the message of the message signals, of the message signals in a communication system. In a communication system. In a communication system. The source, generating, the noise, the noise may be located, may be located, may be located inside, inside or outside the sensor, or outside the sensor, inside or outside the sensor, or you can say system. Okay, hope you understand. This is what is noise. Now it's an unwanted signal. The first to an unwanted signal that will tend to disrupt the transmission and the processing of the message signals in a communication system. So it will create some disturbance for us. So that's what the noise means. So let's move on. So the question number 1. Define transmitter. Define transmitter. Define transmitter. Is a question. A transmitter is an arrangement, a transmitter is an arrangement that converts the, that converts the message signal, that converts the message signal to a form to a form suitable for transmission. Suitable for transmission. Suitable for transmission. And then transmits the and then transmits transmits it through transmits it through some suitable some suitable communication channel. Suitable communication channel. Suitable communication channel. So that is a transmitter. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one is, what is a receiver or defined receiver? What is a receiver, or you can say define a receiver. So here we go. The answer goes like this. What is the function of receiver? A receiver extracts the desired message signal. Desired message signal. The receiver extracts the desired message signal. In fact, signals from the receiver signals. A receiver extracts the desired message signals from the received signals. From the received signals at the channel output. At the channel output. At the channel output. Hope you got this. So I hope we can move on further. So please note, we'll go to the next question. Question number 11. How do you define attenuation? Define attenuation. Define attenuation. What is attenuation? This is very important. Attenuation. Attenuation refers to the loss of the strength of a signal loss of the strength of a signal loss of the strength of a signal during its propagation through the communication channel, through the communication channel, through the communication channel. So hope you would have written. Let's go to the next question. Go for next question. Next question is define amplification. Define amplification. How do we define amplification? It is the process by which it is the process by which amplitude of a signal is the process by which amplitude of a signal is increased using an electronic circuit, called the amplifier, called the amplifier, called the amplifier. It is necessary, to compensate for the attenuation in the communication systems. Communication systems. So it's like while processing the signal, will lose some energy because of attenuation. There will be some loss of energy, and to compensate that, an amplifier is used. So that is the basic idea of the communication. Now, the other important point about the amplifier is that it can be done anywhere. So let's see this. So we'll come back. So it can be done anywhere between the transmitter and receiver. and receiver. When when signal strength signal strength becomes weaker, when signal strength becomes weaker than the required strength, than the required strength. This is another important point about amplification. The energy required, the energy required required for additional signal strength, for additional signal strength signal strength for additional signal strength is obtained from is obtained from a obtained from a DC power source. DC power source. Obtained from a DC power source. So let's move on to the next one. So that's question number 11. Define range. Define range. So define range. It is the largest distance. It is the largest distance. It is the largest distance between a source and a destination and a destination up to which the signal is received, the signal is received with sufficient strength, with sufficient strength, up to which signal is received with sufficient strength. So next one. Next question is define bandwidth. Define bandwidth. How do we define bandwidth? Bandwidth refers usually to the range of frequencies, to the range of frequencies over which communication system works. communication system works. Define bandwidth. Bandwidth refers to usually the range of frequencies over which the communication system works. The next one. Define baseband. Define baseband. Define baseband. It's a total full word, baseband. So like this we have to write. So let me here define baseband. Define baseband. So the answer goes like this. Baseband, band of frequencies, band of frequencies, band of frequencies representing the original signal, the original signal, representing the original signal, that is signal delivered by source of information by its source of information is called baseband. Is called baseband. Next one. Next question. What is the process of modulation? What is the process of modulation? What is the process of modulation, or you can say define modulation? The original low frequency message signal, the original low frequency message signal cannot be transmitted to long distances, hence modulation of the low frequency signal is done. So this is the need for the modulation. So why do we need to modulate is that the original low frequency message signal cannot be transmitted to a long distances, hence the modulation of the low frequency signal needs to be done. This is the need for modulation. This is the need for modulation. So first we have written the need of modulation. The next part we'll see. The next part of modulation is that modulation is the phenomenon. Modulation is the phenomenon modulation is the phenomenon of superimposing of superimposing the low frequency message signal, low frequency message signal, message signal of the low frequency message signal called the modulating signal, called the modulating signal, modulating signal on a high frequency wave, on a high frequency wave, on a high frequency wave. So what we do is, it's like the high frequency wave is called carrier wave, carrier wave. So what is this one is that you have very low frequency wave and now there will be a high frequency wave. This one, the small wave will be placed over this one. So in fact, I have drawn the other way. The high frequency wave is actually like this, a very small one. It will have very small wavelength. The low frequency waves will have very long wavelength. This wave will be kept over this wave. That's what the superimposition does. So when it is done, this high frequency wave will carry this wave to a longer distances. Higher the frequency means higher energy. So it carries this small energy wave to longer distances because this possesses very high energy. So this is what the idea is about this. The high frequency wave is called the carrier wave, and this is called modulation. Now, the resulted wave is called modulated wave. Resulted wave is called modulated wave. The resulted wave is called modulated wave, which is transmitted, which is transmitted. Modulation of low frequency, modulation of low frequency modulation of low frequency message signal, modulation of low frequency message signal is done by a signal. is done by a device called modulator called modulator called modulator. So this is about modulation. And next we have to deal with something called demodulation. So write the question for that. What define a demodulation, or what is demodulation? Okay, define demodulation. Define demodulation. So what is this demodulation? So let's define this demodulation. The process of the process of the process of retrieval of information of information retrieval of information from the carrier wave from the carrier wave from the carrier wave at the receiver at the receiver at the receiver is termed is termed as demodulation. Is termed as demodulation. The device used for this purpose is called a demodulator. Is called a demodulator. So that's the answer. That's what. So this is a retrieval of the information from the modulator. There will be a carrier wave on which our message signal will be there, and from the carrier wave you have to receive the message signal, that is the low frequency wave. You have to separate out of it. So that's what leaving the high frequency wave. So this process is called demodulation. And now clear this. Okay, we'll clear. Now we have the next question. We have the last question here. What is a repeater? What is a repeater? So we see the next question. Just a minute. So the next question, what is a repeater? What is a repeater? What is a repeater? A repeater is is a combination is a combination of transmitter and receiver, of transmitter transmitter and receiver and receiver. It amplifies the signal. It amplifies the signal. It amplifies the signal received from the transmitter, received from the transmitter, received from the transmitter, and re retransmits it, and retransmits retransmits it to the receiver, to the receiver. Now, this is the answer. So it's a combination of transmitter and receiver. It amplifies the signal received from the transmitter and retransmits it to the receiver. That's what it does. And now you see, what is the role of the repeater? So this can be another question, like what is the role of the repeater? The role of repeater. Okay. What the repeater does, we did. What is the role, we have to see. It has a beautiful role. Repeaters are used. Actually, the role of the repeater is, it is used to extend the signal range. Okay. So repeaters are used. Repeaters are used. Repeaters are used to extend the range of range of a communication system, range of a communication system, range of a communication system. So that can be depicted with the form of a figure. So you can note this. Now I'll draw a figure. So here, let us suppose this is Earth. Now on this Earth, suppose you have the antenna like this. So you have, and the antennas like this. So okay. Suppose you have an antenna like this. So this is one. So this one antenna, this is one repeater, and then let's suppose that this is another antenna is what we have. So this is another case of the antenna. So we have that. So this is R2. And now in between, suppose it's surface of the earth, I can consider here some mountain is there. Mountain is there, and this is the entire earth. Like this is the surface of the earth, and this is the earth bulk. So on this there is another tower. So here is, we have another antenna here. So like this you have, and again you have it something like this. So, okay, now and now you have another tower like this. So it's like this, another tower. So you have something like this. So it's like the repeater R4 and the repeater R3. And what it does is like it will communicate the signal from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. That's what the repeater does. It amplifies the signal from here to here, and that's how the signal goes. So this is how you have the this is how use of this is how the we can use of the repeater station. Okay, repeater station to transmit signals. Okay, transmit signals. So this is how, and this increases the strength of communication. This increases the strength of communication. It increases the strength of communication. So that's what the repeater does. And this is a very important topic. And this completes our second part. Okay, this is how you can see the antenna part. Okay, this completes our part 2 of communication systems, and then we meet further in the part 3. This is the part 2 notes, and then the part 3 which contains the message signals, and I will talk about what is an analog signal and what is a digital signal, and then we have few more definitions altogether, and we'll discuss one by one. We'll discuss, and then we have some derivations over here, and what is the need of modulation, necessity, all these things we have. I mean that the chapter completes. This is a small chapter. So that's it. Yeah, thank you everyone. If thanks for watching, and like the video, give a like, and then please do subscribe, and thank you all. So we have some trouble it seems.